Sometimes you don't want to just shoot your way through a level. You want to use your brain, piece together clues, and actually figure things out on your own. You want a game that doesn't just hand you the answers, but makes you earn them. So here are the best games that actually make you feel like a real detective. Game 1, L.A. Noire. In this game, you play as Cole Phelps, an LAPD detective, working his way up the ranks in the 1940s. The game focuses heavily on investigating crime scenes, finding clues, and most importantly, questioning suspects. What really stands out here is the facial animation system. When you're interrogating someone, you actually have to read their expressions to figure out if they are telling the truth or lying. It's not just about finding the right item. It's about reading people. You have to be careful because making the wrong accusation can completely ruin your case. So if you want a classic, cinematic detective experience where investigations feel realistic, this is definitely worth trying.
Very good. The evidence is overwhelming. May the cat eat him and the cat be eaten by the devil. Bring me a confession, young Phelps. This is your chance. Don't fail me.
Game 2, Shadows of Doubt. This is one of those games that doesn't tell you what to do. You're dropped into a fully simulated, randomly generated sci-fi city where a serial killer is on the loose and everything else is up to you. What I personally like the most is the absolute freedom. You can break into apartments, hack computers, check security cameras, or just follow a suspect through the streets in the rain. You actually have to pin clues to a corkboard and connect them with red string yourself. The game doesn't hold your hand or give you objective markers if you solve the case. It's because you actually deduced it. This is not an easy game, but if you enjoy true sandbox exploration and deep investigative gameplay, it becomes one of the most satisfying experiences you can have. Game 3, Return of the Obra Dinn. In this game, you play as an insurance investigator who boards a ghost ship where the entire crew has mysteriously died or disappeared. Your only tool is a magical pocket watch that lets you see the exact moment a person died. What stood out to me is how it forces you to actually think. You have a logbook with a list of the crew and a sketch of everyone on board. Your job is to figure out who every single person is, how they died, and who killed them. You have to listen to accents, look at uniform details, and follow the logic of the scene. It starts simple but slowly becomes a massive, interconnected puzzle. So if you want a game that relies entirely on your own brainpower and observation skills, this is a must-play. Game 4, The Wolf Among Us. The Wolf Among Us. You play as Bigby Wolf, the big bad wolf from fairy tales, who is now the sheriff of a hidden community of magical creatures living in New York City. What I like the most is the dark, gritty atmosphere. It feels like a classic neo-noir movie. You're investigating a series of brutal murders, and the story changes based on how you handle situations. You can be the good cop who plays by the rules, or you can give in to your animal side and beat the answers out of suspects. The world design is also really solid, and the characters are incredibly well written. So if you enjoy story-driven mysteries where your dialogue choices actually shape the investigation, this is definitely a solid choice.
I thought we were all supposed to have a fresh start here. I can't change the past.
Well, you can't change people's memories either.
Game 5, Judgment. Judgment. In this game, you play as Takayuki Yagami, a disgraced lawyer turned private detective, trying to solve a series of gruesome murders in Tokyo. What I personally enjoyed the most is how it balances serious detective work with intense action. One moment you're tailing a suspect, flying a drone to gather evidence, or picking locks, and the next you're fighting a group of street thugs using incredible martial arts. The combat is very clean and fast-paced, but the core of the game is always the central mystery, which keeps getting deeper as you move forward. It's a complete experience. So if you want an action-focused game that still delivers a high-stakes, gripping detective story, this is one you shouldn't ignore. So yeah, these were some of the best detective games you should definitely try. Let me know in the comments which mystery you're planning to solve next, or if there's a great detective game I missed. There are still a lot of amazing games out there, and I'll be covering more of them on this channel, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any updates. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. I'll see you in the next one.